Hello guys, it's NautoAce. And just like some people, I am gonna jump the bandwagon here to some extent, but in my own thoughts and opinion, and that is, you can tell by the graphics and the title and the thumbnail, and that is my thoughts on Metroid Prime 4 delay. So, here's the backstory of what it is. In E3 2017, Nintendo showcased a title graphic of Metroid Prime 4. That means it's in the works. And then after that, it was incognito, no development, no update, no nothing. Until January the 25th, 2019. I think that's today's date. And one of the head of Nintendo, Shinya Takahashi, basically announced that the direction for Metroid Prime 4 wasn't going on their standard. So, it was a heavy heart for them to basically scratch the whole game and hiring Retro Studio once again to do Metroid Prime 4. So, the little backstory of that one is that there have been a lot of reports that Metroid Prime 4 wasn't developed by Retro Studio. They did the previous three. Of course, they also did Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS, and then of course Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. They were doing that, and of course there was a rumor about a Star Fox it was a Star Fox racing game, but then again, no solid proof there. So during the development of Metroid Prime 4, it was someone else. Rumor has it could be an internal Nintendo developing team, R&D, but who knows. But in the announcement from Nintendo, they did say that unfortunately, they couldn't really accept the games, as of right now, the direction. It wasn't in their standard, so they had to scrap everything and start from scratch with Retro Studio. So what does that mean? For one thing it's a delay. So you might say, wait a minute, a delay? But they never really mentioned about the date that this game was going to come out. Actually, they sort of hinted at that they were trying to aim it for a winter 2019 release. It's one of their winter blockbuster. Remember, 2017 was Super Mario Odyssey, and you could also say Xenoblade Chronicles too, but it's probably Super Mario Odyssey. That's their winter blockbuster. 2018 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, no duh. And then 2019, what is it? Well, some rumors said it was Metroid Prime 4. I'm guessing now it could be Bayonetta 3. That's a interesting one. Animal Crossing for the Switch? Maybe. Well, we'll just have to find out, but that'll be a long way. Come on. Christmas just ended. So, the bottom line is, so it won't be in 2019. Heck, it probably won't be even 2020, or probably going to be 2021 at the earliest, because as of right now, they announced that they're barely starting with this game from scratch. Yeah, it'll be a long time before it gets developed. I mean, again, delaying the game. As Miyamoto always say, I always agree with this. A delayed game is good. A bad game will always be bad. So, again, they're willing to scratch what they worked on, wasting time, money, and resource to offer the best game to their Metroid Prime fans. So that's basically the gist of the story. Yes. So the question now is, what do I think about this whole shebang? But the disclaimer is, I'm not really a Metroid Prime fan, but I can understand the fans, their reactions. And like I said before, they're starting from scratch. And they're gonna work with Retro Studio, and they also decided to have Kensuke Tanabe, he was the producer for Metroid Prime series, to work on the games again. So, there you go. So a lot of the question basically you're thinking is, how come they didn't do this in the beginning when they mentioned it, etc., etc., etc. And of course, the answer to that one probably is, maybe Retro Studio, I said it before, they probably were doing something. There's a rumor with the Star Fox racing game. Maybe there was another thing they're doing, and whatever, they have other agenda. So Nintendo said, yeah, we'll do it ourselves. And that was a rumor that they were doing it internally, but they also have help with Namco Bandai. And of course, they're trying to emulate the Prime series, doing a first-person shooter adventure game, action adventure. Think of it as Metroid, but in first-person perspective. It wasn't working. They said, hey, this is not working. We're not happy. If we bring this out like this, it's probably going to be like Metroid Prime Federation, which people complain about that game. I have the game, bought it for $20. You can see why. Meh, but then I didn't really like it. also. So yeah, but I like Metroid Other M, but it's a different story. I know there's a controversy with that game. In my opinion, like I said, it's not a bad game, but I know there was some flaws to that game. If they ever do a sequel, I hope they do learn. But back to Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate that they have to do that. But I gotta give props to Nintendo. See, this is what I'm saying about Nintendo. I gotta give props for them. They're not EA. They're not Activision. I mean, with EA canceling the Star Wars, the open world Star Wars, because, we need Star Wars game every year. No, this is Nintendo saying, look, we're going to take our time. If we're not happy with our product, we're going to delay it if we have to. And that's why people trust Nintendo. They trust Rockstar with Red Dead Redemption. That's why it takes a long time. Because quality over quantity. Yeah, you need to be, relevant and pump out games, but there should be a balance. So gotta give props to Nintendo for that one. So now my thoughts is I'm not a fan. Doesn't really affect me. I really can't say I care. But to the Metroid fans, Prime fans that are anticipating this game, probably the reason why they bought a Switch. I feel for you. Like this, a lot of people said, Spawnwave said, this game could be at earliest winter of 2021. That's the earliest, because developing games, especially Nintendo quality game, they take a long time to some extent. 2, if you're lucky, 2 years. 3, and there you go. And it could be even 4 years, because they're trying to perfect the game. So at the earliest, it's winter 2021. The latest, probably winter 2022. They're probably going to be their winter blockbuster game there. So, again, it's unfortunate. I feel for you guys, but like I said, a delayed game is good, or patient is good. Don't rush a game. You've seen what happened when you rush a game. Street Fighter 5, I know. Assassin's Creed, Unity. What else? There have been a lot of games. Like, they just have to rush it out and then fix it later. It's just, that's not good. Or Fallout 76. Let's just say that. Yeah. So, what's going to happen with the idea behind it? Well, they could still do something about that idea. It doesn't have to be a Metroid game. They probably can still use that asset from the prototype for Metroid Prime, reskin it something, make it an eShop game, maybe $10. Maybe something like, hey, look, this was based from the Metroid Prime that they scrapped it. Now it's just an indie game. And it's probably something like to, buy some time to basically have that Metroid feeling. I know it maybe not be a Metroid. Or that scrap idea that they did, make it a Metroid spin-off. Just like, like an indie spin-off game, whatever it is, like something quick. Use that architect, whatever it is. That's interesting, like, what it is. So maybe in the long run, they can do like some sort of like a documentary and show what the prototype looks like and why they're not happy. But bottom line is, according to Nintendo, they're not really happy about it. And props to them for being transparent. And so, what's the solution for this now? Okay, so Metroid Prime for the fans, now they're sad. They have to wait until 2021 at the earliest, like I said. 1, they can still bring out the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Switch, portable mode, like the GameCube, or if you're playing in dock mode or handheld mode, HD rumble point and click, like a Wii mode. You could do that. That's a possibility also. And like I said, that whatever that prototype Metroid Prime 4 that they were scrapping, instead of throwing it away, use that to some sort of spin-off, like a $10 spin-off game, just to keep the fans busy. So they're like, oh, where's Metroid Prime 4? Man, it's taking too long. This is the only game. This is the reason why I was born. This is the reason why I bought a Switch, which probably should be Smash Brother, but that's a different story there. So, to keep them at least reminding them, hey, look, there is still Metroid Prime 4. It's just going to take longer. They got to start from scratch. So, and then it's also, like I said, the prototype. So it should not be a waste that they can just say, hey, it's something. Like, that's just my opinion about it. Yeah, so there you go. My thoughts on the not really so much of a delay on Metroid Prime 4, more of that they're starting from square one. With that, I'll see you guys later.